Welcome to your house. Hi, I'm Jenny McNulty. This is the InHouse Comedy Chat, more than a talk show. We are energizing your mind, body, and spirit. And your spirit is sure to soar today with my guest, Jen Baers, who is an amazing website designer, marketer. She does all those fabulous things. And now, with a partner, has created a new company that is going to help some of the over 61 million Americans with disabilities be able to use websites. So we're going to find out more about what Jen Baers does. And don't forget to stick around after we're done chatting with Jen. We're going to take a walk on the beach. That's right. We are going to leave Cher's lovely guest house. Hi, Cher. How you doing? She's doing her nails right now, but if they're dry in time, she's going to join us for the walk right down there after we're done talking to Jen. But first, my thoughts. I have not yet joined TikTok, and not only because I have a hard enough time keeping up with Instagram and Twitter and all the other things. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little leery. I was worried about, data being stolen, because they were talking about that in the beginning, that it was, maybe a shady company. And let's face it, if someone stole my identity and went to go use it to get credit or do whatever, they would end up suing me for messing up their credit rating. So I didn't want to join TikTok. And then I saw something that made me glad of my decision, because I don't know what kind of wizardry they are saying is existing on TikTok, but this shit doesn't happen. Show them, Sheila. It's crazy. Straight up. No cats ever react like that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And in interesting news this weekend, the previous pimple that lived at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue there was mad at Karl Rove, because apparently Karl Rove said that his first speech post, being the former guy, was just kind of, right, well, the previous pimple said that he's a pompous fool with bad advice and always has an agenda. Wait, no, Trump said that about Rove or Rove? Oh, it works either way. Isn't that beautiful? Huh. And finally, Ron Johnson, a Republican from Wisconsin, a senator, is slowing down the inevitable. The COVID package is going to pass. They've got the votes. It's going to pass. But he made sure that they read all 628 pages just to take up time, just to delay it. Basically, Ron Johnson is the Senate cock ring. And when he runs for election next time, I think, and make no mind, he is up for re-election. I think that should be his poster. Just him with his arms around a big dick, just going, "Hi, it's me." I know, was that a little much? Maybe, I don't know. Hey, I started with kittens, come on. And my guest today is even more amazing than kittens, even cuter than kittens, and has done something that is going to warm your hearts for sure. As I said, she's an amazing design and marketing manager. She's amazing. Here's some of her company Design 10, just some of what she does. Here's Jen Baers. Jen Baers, how you doing, Jen?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. I haven't seen you in forever. Well, I haven't seen anybody since this, but it's been a while.
I haven't seen
No,
anyone in forever.
it's nuts. We're all locked in our houses.
It's nice to have human contact for a change, right?
Yeah, no kidding. So tell us, we'll talk about your initial design company in a minute, but tell us about this new project you're working on. What is this new company that you're doing?
Right, so it's Inclusive Design Company, and basically the whole company has been designed around a solution that makes websites compliant for people who are blind or visually impaired. So it's basically an AI solution that you plug into a website, and you can you can make your website accessible for the 10 million, visually impaired people in the US, which there are about that. And basically, the ADA started sending out lawsuits about 3 years ago. And so, if your website is not compliant or accessible, you can be served with a website. And several of my clients have been already sued. So is Beyonce and Domino's and all. It's a whole thing. So
wow. How did this come about?
So like, I think it was about 2 years ago. I have a client who is blind, and I sat down to talk about Heidi Hinkle and her partner Darlene O'Brien. They added bioresonance. Heidi's a acupuncturist, so they were adding bioresonance to their portfolio of products, and it uses energy to scan the body, and you could tell where disease is coming from and treat it. Anyway, I sat down to do their website, and Darlene happens to be blind, and Darlene was there with Radish, her seeing eye dog, who's so adorable. And it was embarrassing. I didn't realize as a web developer that websites needed to be compliant so that visually impaired people can access the internet. Duh. And so Darlene said, we want our website to be ADA compliant. And I was like, oh my God, what's that? And I had to go do a bunch of research and actually figure that out. And it's just been so very eye-opening. And when I found a solution, an AI solution that would help businesses make their websites accessible for the blind. And so I approached my partner, Sue Bellard, who lives in Costa Rica. We're all doing business from everywhere these days. Anyway, I was like, let's create a company around this. And we came up with an inclusive design company, and we just launched, and we're really excited. And we want to make the internet a more inclusive place, like for everyone. So that's kind of.
If you don't explain how to a way we're sighted individuals. So what does it look like or sound like, or what is it that you change on the website?
Okay, so what it is, it's basically code or a plugin that gets put into the website coding, and it works. The AI part, the artificial intelligence part, works in the background, where it scans your whole website. And so basically, when you go to a website and there's an image, if you're a sighted person, you see that there's an image that is a dog, right? If you don't have sight and you go to a website and you see an image, you don't see an image, but you can roll over that image. There are screen readers that read the tags that are put into all the images. So a tag will be put into the image that says dog. So a screen reader will roll over that image, and it'll say dog if you have a screen reader and you're blind. And so there's different ways for these screen readers to navigate, the top navigation where it's home, about, all those things. There's different tags that go into all the buttons. If you need to submit a form, it'll say, submit. And so this solution, this AI solution, it scans and creates tags for everything on the site. And so there's a front end and a back end. The back end is the AI. The front end is someone who's blind gets to the site, and their screen reader sees that that the website is accessible, and so they can click on this little. If you see. I wish I could share my screen, but it's just a little round icon. You click on it, and it pops up all these options for someone who is visually impaired, like if you're colorblind, or if you have epilepsy, or if you are, and so you can go through and turn on all these things. You can simplify the website. I mean, I get really excited because I just think it's incredible, but.
That is incredible. It's something you never think about. We never think about. You just take so much for granted that you wouldn't be able to do that. So you mentioned that it's not just images. It can pick up other things too, other cues. And like for
Right,
epilepsy, you were saying. So what is the issue with epilepsy and
you know, if
computers?
there's a video and it or a GIF that has like it has a lot of bright lights, or that can kick off someone's epilepsy. Or it even has things for people who are hearing impaired. Sometimes videos that start music or loud sounds right away, it gives them the option to mute the whole entire site. So it's not just visually impaired. It's you know, people ADA compliance. So basically, let me back up. ADA compliance. The Americans with Disabilities Act. It prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities, and this has now moved from, you know, where it used to be. You see it all over. You know, when you cross a street and there's a loud beeping, so someone who's blind can cross the street.
Right.
So we've made our outside world accessible, and now we're working on making our internet world accessible. And imagine people who were blind in the pandemic, and you can't go out, and you're trying to order Amazon, and you know, you're trying to get food delivered, and it's been really challenging for people who are disabled to navigate the universe. And so yeah, so ADA Title III addresses compliance in the digital space. And so that's what I'm, you know, if I'm going to be a web developer, I need to help my clients make their businesses accessible for everyone. And it makes sense, and it's fair, and it's the right thing to do, and maybe I'll make a little money doing it. So.
It is, you know what, I agree with all three of those things, Jen. What has been the response? That must just be like overwhelming for the people that are like, you know, grateful that you hook up their site for them.
No, you know, when I did the post announcing the business, I couldn't believe the response. And some of my friends who, you know, have disabled kids, or, you know, I have friends that have worked with disabled people. And I even started out in 5th grade. We had a classroom that was all disabled kids, and I worked there every recess for 5th and 6th grade. And I, you know, so I kind of like got into this a long time ago, until I learned, you know, what partying was, and got into soccer, and then got my own. Yeah, but everyone has been like literally like, I think we all need something happy, and you know, just a little something good, doing something good in the world just makes people perk up right now. And so I was
it's, you know what, it's it's so true. And I mean, that's good for everybody. That's good for military personnel. It's just a wonderful thing. But that's not where your good deed doing stops, my friend. You and our other pals, Jill Bailey and Jane McCord, did something super cool at the beginning of this pandemic. So tell us a little bit about what you guys did.
So basically, Jill Bailey woke up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night at the start of the pandemic, and she was like, "We've got to do something." You know, we were the three of us organized a hiking group, Wander Women, and then that all like stopped cold when the pandemic hit. And so Jill was like, "What if we deliver meals to healthcare workers, and so we do something?" So we started a GoFundMe, and we raised all this money, and we were able to serve like 16,000 meals. And can people see this, or is it on the video?
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
Yeah. So every delivery, every sack lunch had this stapled to it, and we just were so appreciative of, you know, the healthcare workers and what they were going through. We wanted to do something, and so that's kind of what we did.
A GoFundMe, right? And how much did you guys end up raising on that?
Oh, I think, what was it, like 18,000, 15,000, something like that. 16,000 meals served. But we basically went out and approached different hospitals, and then the other thing was that we wanted to give restaurants business during the time as well. So it's kind of like a double thing, where restaurants, we could give them business, we could use your guys' money to do this. And so, yeah,
Right.
yeah, so me, Jane, and Jill worked great as a team, and we just hopped into it, and just doing something, anything, just during such a traumatic period of time was,
Yeah.
we wanted to do something. So yeah, so it's been fun.
That is such a great idea, and just the looks on all their faces, they all seem so happy. And I think
Yeah.
one of the comments on there was like, "We're so sick of pizza."
Oh my God. Some of the emails we got were hilarious, and all the photos, it just like warmed our hearts so much.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is super. Now, are you guys still doing it, or where does this stand? I mean, people are kind of being in a, hopefully. I mean, it's cured in Texas already, so.
Yeah. I mean, people have to spend their money on other things now, so we're sort of winding that down. We have we have a little bit of money left, and we're gonna go out and serve our final meals to maybe some smaller hospitals that didn't get a lot of love. The bigger hospitals got a lot of love, and yeah, so we're just doing some research to figure out where we're gonna spend our final bucks, and then it's pretty much wrapped up, and we'll post some photos of our last deliveries.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. That is just wonderful. And really quickly, I assume Design 10 is still going as well, right? You're still designing websites and
So
developing websites for people.
yeah, so Studio 10, it used to be Studio 10 Design. I turned it to Studio 10 Online to cover internet marketing. But I'm rebranding right now. But yeah, I'm doing web development. I do graphic design. I do digital marketing strategy. So yeah, all that is alive and well. And but I'll be rebranding this company because I've developed something called the heart-centered business model. And I really want to work with businesses that have a mission of positivity and are doing good things in the world. And so this pandemic, I like really went in there and was like, what am I doing with my life? And so it's all transforming, and yeah, but still working, still doing all, always kind of trying to evolve.
Yeah. Well, that is so awesome. You're a good egg, Jen Baers. Yes, you are.
Thanks, Jenny McNulty.
You're welcome. And before I let you go, first of all, if you guys need a website out there, I should be calling you as soon as we hang up because
Yeah.
mine looks like it was invented before they invented the World Wide Web. But at any rate, if you have website designs that you need done or any kind of marketing advice, Jen Baers is your gal. She's doing it with a good heart. And please do me a favor and look her up. But before I let you go, Jen, what do you do when you personally are feeling a little bit down in the dumps and you need to energize yourself and feel more positive? What do you do?
Well, if I want to energize and feel more positive, then I won't drink a bottle of wine. But so I have the spin bike here in my office.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I've been spinning. I've never meditated more in my entire life as I have in this last year.
Yeah.
I went to therapy for a while, and that really helped. I actually did a intuitive counseling, which was like amazing. It was all energy work. And
Wow, cool.
and then I try to get sleep. I got a new stove. I've been cooking. I'm like the world's worst cook, transformed into now like someone who can cook. So yeah, I'm just trying to take care of all the, some self-love and feed myself well, get exercise, meditate, do good work, and that's kind of about it.
Well, that sounds like a perfect recipe, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And totally my pleasure. And I just think what you're doing is so wonderful on all counts, between the getting of the food and the websites and the heart-centered work. You keep going, girl. You're doing wonderful things. So please look up my friend Jen Baers. Get yourself a brand new spanking website. And thank you very much for joining us today, Jen.
Thanks for having me on. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And thank you very much. All right, go get your shoes on. We're going to go take a walk. And you know what? A couple of you out there have been sporting your new dues. For some of you that have been able to get out into the hair salons and whatnot. And for those of you that haven't been able to get to the hair salons and you're complaining that your hair is just a mess, you don't have it quite so bad. Check this out. Get out of bed, get off the couch. Hey, not sure why you're not hearing me. Hi there, yeah. Okay, we got me. All right. Sorry about that. All right, you guys, I gave you a couple extra seconds reprieve. Are you guys ready to walk? Come on, get out of your chair, get off the couch, get out of bed. Let's go. We're gonna walk and get moving. Get some energy into our lives and making you feel good. You don't have to just walk. You can run. If you're on a treadmill right now, crank up the volume, crank up the upgrade, the grade, get yourself moving. And I just want to point out something, in addition to how cute that little sheep looks. About, the way we treat animals now as natural. Well, it's just natural that we eat them. It's natural to do this. The reason that guy had an extra 490 socks worth of wool on him is because the domestication of sheep has made them lose that ability. Normally, that very same sheep, or the precursor, or the ancestor of that sheep, would have lost his fur with the weather. But because we domesticated them, now they don't. So there you go. So maybe it's not natural. Just saying. All right, today, you guys, this very morning, Kate Rubins, an astronaut, did a spacewalk. That's right. While I was just snoozing and snoring, she was up there in the space shuttle, up at the space station, walking out there. How awesome is that, to have a female out there walking? And in celebration of Women's History Month, I'm going to tell you about another amazing astronaut, or another astronomer who made that possible. Her name is Vera Rubin, and let's hear a little video about what Vera did.
Rubin. She is 14 years old, and she just built her own telescope. She will major in astronomy and try to enroll in a graduate program that doesn't accept women. She will learn two key things. First, that being a woman will make her academic life very difficult. And second, the Doppler effect. This effect consists of light being more blue when the source moves towards the observer, and more red when the source moves away. So, when a light source is spinning, half of it looks bluer and half looks redder. This is also true of galaxies, with an addition. The center should spin faster than the borders, like spinning spaghetti. So, the blue and red should be a lot more intense in the center than in the borders. However, when Rubin started studying our closest galaxy, the colors were uniform. Everything was spinning at the same velocity, and way faster than it should. She quickly checked other galaxies, measuring that phenomenon, and she saw that it happened for every one of them. Galaxies seem to be wrapped in a halo of invisible matter that accelerates the spin with its gravitational pull. That additional matter would hold together all the stars, gas and dust, but it would not interact with light at all. So it wasn't just a little anomaly, it was everywhere. Vera Rubin was the first person to find accurate evidence of dark matter, and she calculated that it accounts for about 85% of matter in the universe. Still today, scientists face the great challenge of detecting and studying dark matter particles. Until then, the mystery of what holds galaxies together lives on.
And in 1993, President Clinton gave Vera the National Medal of Science. Thank you, Vera, for all you did for science, for all you did for women, and for being an awesome woman in history. All right, now, wasn't that cool? Now you kind of learned a little bit. We learned science and the Doppler effect. So you know how they always say you learn something new every day? You guys are done for the day. You can be dumb for the whole rest of the day. I can walk into stuff and go, oh, hey, that's all right, I already learned something today. Wasn't she awesome? Fantastic. We've got a whole month full of awesome women to learn about. I want to thank the awesome woman we just spoke with, Jen Baers, for all she's doing. And I love that whole concept of a heart-centered job and a heart-centered companies. So do check her out. And thank you, Jen, for joining us. I want to thank Sheila for making me look good with all the bells and whistles. And of course, I want to thank you guys for watching and for walking along, because you are walking along, right? You are? Come on, get up. It's not too late to start. This is your chance to make you be a healthier you. Now that you're up, go. Keep moving. Don't sit down. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, do not sit down. And you will not only get the thing you learned in today, you'll also get your walk in for the day. Oh my God, it's a gift. All right, guys, have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Thank you, Jen Baers. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, and have a great weekend. Bye, guys. Cyber City Monday, 1 p.m.